When inside there is nothing like two, outside the game of two, this is called the stillness of the mind. That the mind is still. Still means balance. Outside playing the game, inside still. Outside I and my, inside nothing like I and my. The whole world is mine. Whenever the mind is outside and inside there is no mind, there is emptiness, means the heart is there, consciousness is blank, white, you are God. You have won the game. You are going back to your home. And if the mind inside suppress the heart, the conscious, then you are devil. So after the body departure, you are not going to the God home. You are going back to all the species, all the punishment, and coming back to this death world again in other form with all your karmas and the desires of the last birth. Today's question is, my master, please throw light on these sayings of Lao Tzu. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. What Lao Tzu wants to say to those who are sitting in front and to the world through them. Sayings of the dear, the loving Lao Tzu definitely relates to the soul, the conscious, the energy. It is not that which relates to the outer world. The outer world, when we say, immediately the word mind comes. Mind, the vital part of human body. All the parts in the body of human being are directly connected to the brain, the mind. Everything in this world outside is running through the mind. So mind is the important part, or mind is the operational instrument for the materialistic world. If there was no mind in human being, then the world would have been like a dead world. The mind only plays the game. If there is no mind, there is no game. So the mind is nothing but the complete your hustle and bustles of the outside world. If there is no mind, there will be the complete silence. Outside there will be complete silence. There will be no colors. No one will be there to appreciate or admire the nature, and there will be no game. Game is because of the mind. And if there is no game, the complete world will come to the still, and the only silence outside in the world will make complete boredom, because it is the mind that creates. It is the mind that play. It is the mind who makes every invention. It is the mind which maintains. It is the mind that destroys. So the mind plays a very important role in the materialistic world, outside world. The world which is under the five senses. The five senses are the instruments which are played through the mind outside in the world. If there is no mind, five senses even you have are of no use, because this is the mind which shows you, which hears you, which makes you to taste, which makes you to touch, which makes you to smell. If there is no mind, then there is no hearing, then no viewing, no smelling, no taste, and no touching. So if these five instruments in the human body are there, these all five are just enjoying with the mind. If mind stops working, these five senses stop working. And if these five senses, out of these five senses, and the windows for these five senses, windows means the eyes to see, ears to hear, nose to smell, tongue to taste, and your hands to touch. If these five windows, any one of them breaks or damages, which we say someone had become blind or deaf or not having the taste. Suppose if any one of them, any instrument out of them get damages, then also these senses, other than the one or two, are working with the mind. You can say all these five windows are fit because of the mind. If the mind is not there, these fives are there or not does not make any sense. So without the mind, you are an animal. You are like an animal. If you are not having the mind, then it is like the animal, or the bird, or the insect, or the tree. So without the mind, human being is not the human being. What is the difference between a bird, insect, tree, animal, and the human being? The only major difference is mind. Mind is the main part in human being, which is not with the animals, with the birds, with the insects, with the trees. so that the mind is there to make the life outside in the world beautiful. So this mind is in human being, not in other living beings. That's why the creation by the one to whom we say the God, superconscious, super energy, whatever the word you give, had made the top creation, human being as the top creation, and made at the last by the one to whom we say the God. So God had made the human being as the top creation, and top is because the top of the body, the mind is there. Because of the mind, human being is said as the top creation. Because it is the only human being who can enjoy by all the five senses. Even the senses are held by the animals, birds, insects, trees also. But these senses are not tasted or viewed or heard by the animals, birds or insects or trees. So this is only the human being who enjoys all the moments with these five senses. So the complete man, the complete human being, we say as the replica of the God. Why we say? Because all those who had been the God on this earth, to whom we say the God, sometimes the messengers, all those who had come on this earth as a human being are called as God. Why they were called as God? That the reason is only one, the main part, mind. Mind is held by every human being on the earth. Mind we correlate with the sky element. As this body, the human body is made of the five elements. We say it the earth, we say it the water, we say it the fire, we say it the sky, we say it the air. So five elements when combines makes the human body. Only the sky element, as sky we have kept at the top. Our brain in the head we say is at the top, so the sky outside in the nature is at the top. So we keep the sky element in human being, not in other living beings, maybe animal, birds, insects or trees. So all the five elements are also joined together in human body. Earth as dust, the skin you say, which is burnt or put in the graveyard becomes the dust. Then again the water as blood, air which goes through the nose, fire which is in your stomach, burning your all the meals what you take, and the sky element, the exclusive element held only by the human being. So sky element we say the mind. Mind is the vital part which makes this world beautiful. You must not have seen any animal or birds or insects or trees that they are making their houses, colorful houses, they are wearing the clothes, or they are tasting the different foods, or they are taking different smells. They are not knowing anything about the taste or observing or hearing. They just keep on repeating the same, eating the same. They do not know anything about, because the mind is not there. Mind is absent in the living being other than the human body. So it is the human birth which we say the top creation. So in the human birth, if mind is playing the main role for this body, making the eye, ear, nose, tongue and the hands or your legs to operate, to enjoy the different nature parts made by the one power, the superpower, the superconscious, to whom different names are given as God, Allah, Bhagwan, Prabhu, and so on. So we have to just focus on the one part, that is mind. Sky element, because other four elements are in the animal, in three in the birds, two in the insects, and one in the tree. But senses are only available in human being. The sophisticated sense, the 100% sense. And these senses are controlled by the mind. Five senses are controlled by the mind. Otherwise, this is very less in animals, birds, insects and trees. It does not mean they do not have at all. But brain, the sky part, is 100% in human being. So in the animals, birds, insects and trees, you'll find the very little which is as good as no. They have all the five elements, but the brain part is as good as no. So in human being, what brain is given to you, why brain is given to you, means why mind is given to you. If you understand the role of the mind, if you understand the role of the mind in human body, you can go up. You can go up one step ahead. And if you do not understand the mind, then definitely you will go down. Going down from this fifth element, not utilizing in a proper way, will make you again the animal, will again make you the bird, insect or the tree. Because in human birth, you can say this is the final exam for you, where if you want, you can go one step ahead, utilizing your mind and getting to the super energy, super conscious, the God home, what we say. Where all these people in this world, to whom we say all those names, like Buddha, Mahavira, Meera, Sahajolalla, Muhammad, Jesus, Guru Nanak Dev, Sai Baba, and Sukrat, Lao Tzu. All these people are staying together now. Like in this human birth, we are living together as a family. In our family, we have the small part. We have only one father, one mother, one husband, wife, children, that's all. Whatever, small families. But in that family of godly family, as in this world the relations are there because five senses are there, controlled by the mind, and mind is the instrument to enjoy the senses, and mind is the instrument which breaks into two when outside in the materialistic world, mind plays as the divider. Why mind divides? Because if there is no division, there will be no game. And if there is no game, how will you enjoy this birth? So outside, this mind breaks into two and the many. And that breaking of the mind, division of the mind outside in the Maya, the materialistic world, makes the game to go on. makes the show to go on. In that play, you have to use your mind outside only. You have to enjoy the life outside only, in the materialistic whatever is given by the God as a nature to you. But when you use your mind outside, you should always be careful, cautious, that this mind is for the outside world. This sky element is for the outside world. This mind is not at all for the inner world, because there is a world outside and there is a world inside. Never it happens that wall had only the one side, not the other side. Your outside body, physical body, which you have the five senses, is just operating outside with the help of the mind. But when you go inside, you will see the energy flowing through these five senses, through the mind, through five elements, is one. So that one energy inside and outside breaks into five senses and divide the world into the different families, the parts, to enjoy this game, the lila, the play. If your mind goes inside and divides as you divide outside, then the problem comes that like the animal had entered in you inside, if the mind which is used outside to divide and play, to enjoy the nature with the five senses, if utilizing the mind inside and bringing the outside materialistic world, the deadly world, the game inside, if you bring the outside playground inside your home, because inside in the conscious is your home, the home from where you started your journey to this death world, to this playground. But game is not forever. Where there is a game, there is a ending also, because game always had the start and the stop. You cannot play the game continuously. You can only play the game for a short while. That's why God, the super energy, had given you the night period to sleep, to rest. Because game outside in the world cannot be continued. So game which is outside, when you get tired, you should just look into inside, where mind is not allowed at all. Bringing the mind inside is like you are bringing the poison inside in the holy river. Outside is the mind like a holy water, which is making your life to play, to enjoy the five senses by your eyes, to see the beauty, to hear the beautiful words, to smell the all different tastes, your roses and other flowers, perfumes, your good tasty items, and then also enjoy the taste by your tongue, and also enjoy your all lust, what you say, by the touch. These five outside in the materialistic world, these five senses are the beauty which is operated through the mind, and you play the game outside, and while playing the game, there is a administration required, arrangement required, because now games, when divided, had become many, multiple. So to control the world of 700 crore people, you need the management. And this management is done by the mind. Mind makes the game, mind plays the game, mind manages the game. Mind is only for the outside world. And when mind is completely busy in the outside world, then definitely minds need the rest. And when mind takes the rest, rest is always inside in the conscious. Conscious, you can say, the beautiful bed for the mind. When mind comes on the bed of the conscious, it takes rest. And then again it operates outside in the world to play the game. So your mind, if goes inside on the bed with the disturbances of outside world, like it brings a car in your parking to the bedroom. It is like you are putting the bed in your playground. So how will you enjoy outside? And then how will you rest inside? Because inside we need in your home complete silence. Mind is to make the loud outside, not inside. Mind, when tired, has to take rest in the conscious, the beautiful bed made by the God. That's why God had created, the energy had created this whole universe into two parts, like the day and the night. In the night, when we sleep, you see where your mind works. That when the brain inside at night you take rest is not working. Other than what you have, complete thoughts of outside inside becomes the dreams. So that dreams are all obstacles because you are bringing the outside world inside in the conscious, the silence room. Because inside the God is still, the energy is still, but giving you the taste outside, making your senses to enjoy the game outside. And if there is no mind outside, no game. You see those who are mental, we say, highly depressed in the mental hospitals, are they enjoying their five senses? No. Why? The reason the mind is suppressed. Why it becomes so depressed? Because of bringing the mind inside. When you bring the mind inside, you will never be at rest. And when you bring more and more mind inside, definitely your mind will blast. And that blasting will happen inside, and that will break your all the senses control, complete gone. And that's why we say he is not in the balance of mind, he is mad. And madness, let me tell you, the whole world is mad today. The whole universe is mad today. Yes, temperature of the mind is not going beyond, but temperature of the mind is going to a certain level which is under control. So that's why we are keeping ourselves little enjoyable outside. Otherwise, like the temperature in the physical body, we say it is 98.6. Temperature is normal. Likewise, your brain temperature is also under control. When it goes beyond, you need some guidelines, because everything what you take to control your mind will definitely damage you. Because mind is nothing but the conscious. You can control the physical body, physical parts, but you cannot control the conscious energy. So conscious energy, when tried to control, it is damaging your mind. So those who went into the tablets are getting their mind more damaged. But there is no option. If somebody is unhappy, he is taking liquor. Why is taking drinks so much? Why someone is taking drinks? Because his mind is getting suppressed. Means he is bringing the mind inside. When bringing the mind inside on the conscious bed, he is not at rest. So bringing the rest, getting yourself intoxicated, not in that state of senses. So you keep on drinking, you keep on taking the drugs, because your mind, which is going inside, bringing the thoughts of outside inside, continuously hammering them, and on the bed inside, you are not taking rest. So that time, what happens? Your whole inside conscious, your heart becomes the mind. So when inside heart becomes the mind, then problem will definitely come. It will damage you. Because mind never remains still. Mind's activities are just jumping. Mind is like a jumping monkey, and heart is very still, like the sea inside and the waves on the corner. When waves comes on the corner, is like the mind, and we enjoy the waves. We go on the beaches and enjoy the waves, but the sea inside is still. So likewise, inside like a sea, if you are still, and mind outside is in the waves, it is the beauty of the world. And inside, when in sea state, that time you will see the balance of your mind with the inside heart. And when there is no mind inside and mind outside, makes you the perfect human being. When there is mind outside and no mind inside, makes you the balanced human being. And balanced human being is nothing but the God, we say. God means who makes the mind outside to operate and inside the still. And when inside the still, outside that all movements, their life becomes so beautiful, so stable, that you enjoy all the five senses with the brain outside. You enjoy with your observations, with your hearing, with your smell, with your taste, with your touch. You enjoy all the five. Because inside you are not taking the mind. Mind is completely having no entry inside. But you bring the mind inside with force, then what happens? Your heart starts getting damaged. And heart is the main flow of conscious where you have to sleep. So it is like in the night when you go to your bedroom and you find complete people are talking there and you cannot take rest unless people stop talking. So your bedroom you want always in silence. Even you don't want the light inside. And you sleep there, you take the rest because inside the bedroom there is a silence. Likewise, if inside the conscious where silence is there, you will be completely in enjoying state, in the bliss state, and that the bliss state will bring everything fine outside, and also the life after the body, after the death, what we say, when energy withdraws from the body, goes back to its super energy level. Super energy level means from where this energy had come inside. Like in your houses, in your flats, light is coming from the one powerhouse. So that is divided when it comes to a building. So in the same way, this all your houses, different bodies, having the energy, the current from that powerhouse, the moment you utilizes the mind outside and not bringing inside, then inside power energy will take you to the super energy, to the powerhouse, to the God, from where you started your journey. So this is the theory we have to understand. And that the theory what the Lao Tzu and all the saints of the world. Because when I say someone is saying something who had experienced the life, who has experienced, the results are same of all we say the saints or the godly persons or the messengers or whatever to whom we are worshipping today. You see, today we are worshipping all these people born on the earth as God. Why they were God? They were born like us, same human being as you and me. Then why they are God? Why we are not? The difference is what Lao Tzu is saying today is the same. The difference, if this difference is over, if you break this difference before the departure of this your human body, you will be in the garden sitting with the Lao Tzu, taking a hot cup of tea, sitting with all those who had come on this earth as the godly persons, the messengers, whatever we name give, the Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak Dev, Sai Baba, Veera, Sahjo, Lalla, Socrates and Lao Tzu and all will be sitting there. and you'll be enjoying the moments there. So this is only in the human being, human body, he had the chance to go one step ahead. And one step ahead, you are in God home. One step down, it is like the fire steps. Fire ladder you have seen, going so in height. And when one falls from the top steps, he comes down immediately. So it is like you are coming to the top step of the ladder, and only one step ahead you are at the terrace where God is sitting, where all are waiting for you. Lao Tzu is waiting for you. Buddha, Mahavira waiting for you. Jesus waiting for you, because they are in the one home, the God home. But for that, you have to use your mind only outside, not inside. Inside is blank. Outside you may have the relations, outside may have the family, but inside no family. Inside is blank. Outside you may have the father, mother, brother, sister, husband, wife, money, house, office, big post, small post, whatever. This is to play the game. Inside there is nothing like house, my family, my parents, my. My is not outside. Like outside you have the team, India team, South Africa team, China team, America team. But inside there is nothing like team. Outside to play, these games are made. Olympics are there, Asias are there. But in the game you enjoy, but don't bring the game inside. When you bring inside that blankness goes, emptiness goes. Once the emptiness goes, means your mind comes in, you become the devil. When mind goes out, inside blank, you become the God. Nothing else. Whenever the mind is outside and inside there is no mind, there is emptiness, means the heart is there, consciousness is blank, white, you are God. You have won the game. You are going back to your home. And if the mind inside suppress the heart, the conscious, then you are devil. So after the body departure, you are not going to the God home. You are going back to all the species, all the punishment, and coming back to this death world again, in other form, in somewhere, in some other country, with all your karmas and the desires of the last birth. So this is what today Lao Tzu, the loving Lao Tzu, is saying the same, that the mind, to the mind that is still. He said to the mind. He is saying to whom? He is saying to them whose mind is still. To the mind that is still. What does it mean? One, to the mind. He is saying to the mind who is still, but not to the mind who is unstill. And what is still? Same. Still means who is outside in the world working with the division, and inside there is no division. Outside division means my family, my father, my sister, my wife, my husband, my country, my money, my post, not the matter. But inside, no my. Because the body is not belonging to you. So this body is not brought from somewhere. You have not brought it from Russia or America or Japan. This body belongs to the one. So this inside, you should not bring anything from the outside. So this body belongs to one. So he says to the mind. To the mind means one who is still. That is still. To the mind that is still. The mind that is not still means who is bringing inside the outside world. This saying is not for them. This saying is not for them who are not still. This is only for them to the mind that is still. Still means inside blank, stable, and relaxed, in the resting place, enjoying the night, complete with rest, no dream. But outside, working, not getting rid of, not running away, but using all that outside world also as the family, as the home. Outside also he is playing the game, not left the game. He is there with five senses, through the mind, getting into that outside world of beauty. He is not getting away from the beauty, not getting rid of the beauty, and while outside in the world with the five senses, inside his senses are not working inside. Outside for game there is something good, something bad, something plus, something minus, some birth, some death. But inside he knows there is nothing like good or bad. There is nothing like profit or loss. There is nothing like respect or disrespect. There is nothing like birth and death. So outside is the game of two, but inside he knows that there is nothing like two. There is nothing like two. So when inside there is nothing like two, outside the game of two, this is called the stillness of the mind. This is called that the mind is still. Still means balance. Outside playing the game, inside still. Outside I and my, inside nothing like I and my. The whole world is mine. Whole world is mine. Everything is of the God. Everything is of my Father. Everything is by my Father. Everything is for the Father. So that inside, no difference. Neither that I am Indian or American or Japanese or UK, British, nothing like that. He knows outside for the game, you are American, you are Japanese, you are Indian, for the game outside to play. Inside is no, nothing like America, and all everything had come from the one will dissolve in one. So that the one, when one understands inside, there is no game inside. That no game means no mind, because it's the mind which makes into two and play the game. And inside no mind means no game. Inside one. Inside one is oneness with the God, with the super energy, from where all we have come, and outside to play the game, divided into two and many. So that state of mind, what dear Lao Tzu is saying, that to the mind that is still, to the mind, to them, those who are in still state, inside remaining in the stable state, outside enjoying the game, not getting away from the outside game, but inside they are in stable form. Inside they are in resting point. So to them he says, to the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. What does it mean? The whole universe surrenders. The Lao Tzu is saying about the universe. He is not saying about the human being or the animals or birds or insect or trees. He is saying the whole universe. Word use universe. Even in the whole, human being, animal, trees, bird, insects also comes. But word use universe. Why the universe? Because universe is made up of all that different galaxies, different planets, different suns and moons and the stars, so that the whole universe surrenders to whom? To the one who is still, to the mind that is still. The whole world, the whole universe surrenders. Whole universe, not only world, not only this world, but all the worlds. Surrenders means they all obey. They all obey to the command of the one who is still by mind. Who is still by mind, you can say that nature becomes a slave for him. You can say the whole universe becomes a slave for him. You can say the whole universe becomes the servant for him. Human beings, of course, won't be servant so easily, but definitely at last, before the death or in the next birth, they will be surrendering. That surrender may not be of the realistic state as because of their ignorance, but they all will be surrendering. That's why you see, those who were crucifying Jesus, those who were troubling Lao Tzu, those who were troubling the Krishna, Rama, those who were troubling Guru Nanak, after the birth today, those who all are kneeling down in front of them. Who are those? Those who were not in favor at the time when they were alive. So those are not only the Christians like that, they are those who did not obey in their previous birth when the Jesus was there. Sikhs are those who did not obey when he was alive. So all these people who did not surrender during the time when they were alive are surrendering today. But again the word surrender comes. Surrender in genuine or surrender like the copying. Surrender if in genuine with the whole of your conscious. You are surrendering with the whole of your conscious, then definitely you are going to meet the one. If you are not surrendering by your conscious, just making the physical exercise, showing the world just like I am praying and this thing and that thing, then that the God is not going to excuse you. So this is what we have to understand. The whole universe surrender means that everything surrenders except the human being, who also surrenders either before the death or after the death in the next birth. When he takes the birth as a Christian, he surrenders to Jesus, takes the birth as a Sikh, surrenders to Guru Nanak Dev, surrenders to the Krishna or Rama if takes birth as Hindus, because during that time when they were alive, these people did not respect them, and today they had been as the same, whoever the religion, whatever the religion, and they're just going down in front of them. So this is the game. If you understand that your mind is still, you will be going out of this world and the whole universe will surrender you. But if you are not surrendering, to the mind, if you are not taking the mind in a still state inside, then the world will not surrender in front of you and your life will be a great disastrous. Your life will be great disaster, and then you will not feel so good as you were to. So it is better you understand the game of the mind. You keep yourself within you and just get rid of all these materialistic birth and death cycle. And one day you'll find that life had become bliss. Life is so beautiful. It was I who is making the life disturbed. So we have to understand again, and I hope you must understand the Lao Tzu, the artist Lao Tzu sayings that to the mind that is still means one who is utilizing the mind outside but inside remaining in the calm state, cool state, not using the mind. The whole universe surrenders. Means the whole universe, every living and non-living things are just loving and bowing down in front of the one. So you have to just go through these sayings. If you are unstill, if means inside you are unstill, make yourself still. Whatever is going outside is temporarily, and inside when you make the life stable, the whole of the world will be loving you, liking you, and one day the whole universe will just surrender to you. And that surrendering of the universe to the still mind who is inside, the life after human being is as going to the God home. So you are as God, you are as the messenger or the super energy agent, and that life will be the success, giving the result, going out of this birth and death cycle, and that is a big success for you, which you have to achieve either in this life or after many lives. That is your choice. So you have the time now, if you are not departing from this body, to just think it deeply and get to the result, get to the solution, and make this life not to get into the disaster after the death, but to the God home, cool and calm state, so that we should get the result at last, the pass by the God, and we should celebrate this, not only here, but there also, where all godly people are waiting for you. You have to understand and go ahead, if there is stillness, to the stillness, and then with the God. And that is the success of your life.